So we live in a world where, especially if you live in a big city, people are just running around doing whatever for the most part. You know, most people, they don't play by no rules. They don't, they don't think like, I had to learn this the hard way. Cause you know how most black people, the one that I grew up with, they would say stuff like, "Do the right thing," right? Now, damn near every time I said that to somebody else in another group of people, their eyes got big. Like, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell that do the right thing mean? They don't really, they don't even think like that, bro. They be sitting back like, okay, how do I do whatever I need to do to get whatever I need to get, or to get to whatever I want to get? They don't be sitting around be thinking, do the right thing. They don't. No, they don't even thinking like that. No, no. They be sitting back like, okay, what's gonna happen if I get caught? They think like that. You know, they think of the consequences. They think of how they think of strategy and the consequences involved. They don't really think about, hey, they don't even talk like, hey, do the right thing, treat people like they want to be treated. No, no, they don't even, no, no. That only works if you back at your parents' house. You know what I'm saying? Or back in your hometown or some shit like that. But once you leave the nest, oh, it's a total different ball game out here. It's totally. The game is cold out here, man. Well, the men and women, especially the women. I think the women are more cold-blooded amongst each other than guys are. Because guys will get violent. There's always a chance of guys getting violent and taking each other out. So that's why guys are very reluctant to do and say certain things to another guy, even if it's behind his back. You know what I'm saying? But women, on the other hand, women are more passive aggressive amongst each other. And most women, for the most part, they're not gonna get violent. Most of them won't. So I think a lot of that has to do, but at the same time, they can still be vicious though. They can still be vicious though amongst each other, because they can do stuff, maybe not directly to another woman, but they can do stuff. They can do damage. Like she might take her man or some shit like that, or smash the dude just for one night, or something like that. So I think women can be much more vicious amongst each other than guys. Because it's and women amongst each other, they're very cutthroat, in my opinion. Some of the stuff I've been seeing, really in a social environment, jobs, or just out and about at events, some of, because a woman will kind of be like, will smile in a woman's face and act like she like her, and hate her guts, but show up at the damn wedding when the girl get married. You be like, God damn, bitch, cold-blooded right there, boy. That girl told me straight to my face she didn't like you, but she showed up at your wedding and had a gift and everything. Yeah, that's just, you know, guys we don't take it that far. You know, if we don't like you, we ain't not really we ain't showing up at your wedding. No, we ain't. No. Unless there's some ulterior motive or something like that. You know, but it's just, it's just. But one thing I can say, there's a lot of people that you work around, for example, especially from these other groups. They're good at hiding stuff, much more than me. I'm not good at hiding stuff. No, if I don't like somebody, I give it off. I give off the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can pick up on other people's vibe if they don't like me, but most people can't. No, most people can't pick up on. Most people can't. Now, I've had people tell me they didn't know or they couldn't tell if the girl liked them, right? But I say, I bet you can tell if a girl don't like you, though. You see what I'm saying? So it's easy for most people to tell if someone disliked them versus if someone do like them. But I can do both. But I'm not good at acting like I like somebody. No, I'm not good at doing that at all. People have told me, they say, "Oh boy, I could tell you didn't like her. I could tell you had a problem with her." And I did. I didn't say anything. But that's just me.